Today's video is brought to you by Grey Viking Games. Click the link in the description below to buy MTG Arena codes for cosmetics, packs, and more. Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jeff and today we're going to have some fun playing Magic and we are playing some King Narfi Mill today. So King Narfi Mill, so this card, 3 mana, each player mills 4 cards, then you may exile a creature card or planeswalker from each graveyard. So one creature, one planeswalker potentially from each graveyard, which lets us find more of our ruin crabs. If we have them in the graveyard, we can keep bringing them back, which is really easy to play with King Narfi's Betrayal, which is kind of the main combo we're going for. We also get to play their stuff, which is awesome. And then in the next 2 turns until the end of turn, you may cast those spells without paying its mana, or mana as any color, which I think it also includes your stuff, which is really cool. And so that's basically the idea of this deck, is that we are milling them out. I'm going for full on mill. We have Merfolk Secret Keepers, Ruin Crabs, Teferi's Tutelage, Teferi Master of Time into the story to be able to kind of go with the Teferi's Tutelage, and then everything else is kind of control, tempo plays, and Blood in the Snow to be able to bring back our stuff, Teferi Master of Times, other things from their graveyard with the Snowlands, and basically it's like, okay, either we're going to mill you out or we're going to steal your best thing and win. And that's the game plan with this one. Kind of straightforward, just that's what we're doing, and let's try it out. So here we go. Jump to the gameplay, see how it does for us. Wish me luck. Here we go. Up against Knip. We're up against Knip, and turn 1 Ruin Crab into Drown in the Loch. Good stuff in general, you know. Ain't the worstest. Into the story. I mean, yeah, we could have more Ruin Crabs. Oh gosh. I'm sorry. I really am. I'm sorry. Unless they're playing Boros. Never mind. Not sorry at all. You deserve it. Ooh, these lands. I like these lands. Thems are pretty. All right, gets to steal something off the top of our deck. Oh, you got a land. Was it a Fable Passage? Okay. Okay, if that was a Fable Passage, I'd laugh so hard. All right, so Ruin Crab. Number 2. Throw out the snow-covered swamp. Mill 6. Have some pretty decent blockers on board as well, which is nice. No attacks, pass the turn. We're pretty close to into the story on turn 4 and stuff, so we'll just hold up like Drown in the Loch. We could also go King Narfi's Betrayal right away. Still Bonecrusher Giant, which also we can use to kill. We're gonna say no blocks this time. We're gonna take it here. Down to 18. Oh, Apparition. Alright, rude. But understandable. All right, let's play out. Put this on blue. I want King Narfi's Betrayal. That's what we came to do, and I do think it's going to give us the best shot at killing stuff on board. And so let's go ahead and grab. All right, no creatures on our side of the board or anything else, but we will grab a Bonecrusher Giant. No attacks. We don't get to play it until the next turn, but we get to kill some stuff. Or just into the story for the next turn. All right. I don't think they're gonna have any pumps. Let's just block something. Take 2. Down to 37. We're almost down to half of their deck. We did mill quite a bit. We had a lucky Ruin Crab turn. Bonecrusher Giant onto Ruin Crab here is really annoying. Unfortunately, we didn't have a Ruin Crab in our graveyard because this one has exiled before. I should have thought that through, just to be able to like play him out again. And we can always find more of them with Into the Story. So we got it. We're good. Sweet. They're milling themselves even more. Yes. All right. Bouncing back a Skyclave Apparition actually can be not good for us. So, Drown in the Loch, also pretty sweet stuff. So let's Fable Passage, mill some more cards. Crack it. We don't need that much black mana, but we're gonna go ahead and grab. We do need it for Blood in the Snow, which is one of our best draws. So we'll go ahead and grab it now. We'll go ahead and use Stompy side of this. Hit the. Let's hit the Apparition. Let them put a bunch of counters onto the Robber of the Rich first, and then we'll Drown in the Loch. Or bounce or whatever. So yeah, pass the turn. All right, down to 26 cards. That's a good place to be, you know? I like it. Vocrush is probably one of the best cards to hit with this because we get to use it first off and then again. All right, Robber the Rich. They're going to play stuff from here. He plays out Giant Killer. Puts the counter there. Goes to combat. Let's get something out of our... I'm doing this beforehand just because it also means that they can't take a card off the top of our library. And we get to kill it. That's always, like, you know, good stuff. Swings in. We go a chumping. Gonna stomp the 1/1. Alright. Hits for 4. Yeah, no blocks. We'll take 4. Down to 12. We have bounce on the next turn as well into the story. It's also good. Now that it's in exile, I don't think we can play with any chromatic cost or any color, which is a little bit awkward. I think the stomp side of it might have been better anyway. Maybe not. I don't know. Okay, Brazen Borrower seems legit though. Pass the turn. Mm-hmm. Usher the Fallen. Yep. Counter onto the Giant Killer as expected. All right, bounce the Robber. Why in the world would you tap down 2 blue sources their deck? What? Like, the only cards we have are 2 blue. Like, come on, deck. I mean, we were unpunished, I guess, because we didn't have we didn't have the other things to play there. Wow, that was dumb. All right, what are we looking for here? All right, we're gonna go for Into the Story. Try to find another Ruin Crab. That's not a Ruin Crab. All right, Secret Keeper though is not the worst. So mill 4 cards. Have a blocker. Table Passage, mill 3. Blue source. Play out the Secret Keeper, mill 3 more, down to 12. Now just don't be dead, dude. No attacks. Pass the turn. We're doing stuff. We're doing stuff. Yep. Can we be on the... All right. It looks like they might have some sort of play. So take 6. Yeah. We'll go ahead and block the Bone Crusher Giant. Embercleave. They do have Embercleave. Alrighty. Well, that's game. Bummer. We had a pretty awesome start there. Were we on the draw again? Man, I just barely finished with the L's deck where I was on the draw 5 out of 6 games, and testing it out beforehand, I also like had like 3 out of like 2 that was on the play and 3 that was on the draw. So bad. Up against Nick Gamio, and this is pretty good stuff. Definitely wouldn't mind having a 2-drop or like another Ruin Crab. We can hopefully draw into those. King Narfi's Betrayal can at least get us back our Ruin Crab if it does die early game. And then Teferi's Tutelage is also swell. I like it. So here we go. Ruin Crab. Let's do this. So I do have 1 copy of Crippling Fear. Hello. How are ya? And I'm wondering if it's better to have the Blood on the Snows or have more of those. Not sure yet. That is fantastic draw. That's exactly the kind of thing we're looking for. Pass the turn. Luminarch Aspirant. Okay. Sounds good. Puts the counter onto the Usher. And we just slow him down, you know? Just slow him down a little bit here. That's just fine. Merfolk Secret Keeper. Fantastic play for this one. Let's still go for the Tutelage, I believe, here. Do we put this out in double blue? Yes. Actually, we have everything that we want in hand at the moment. Getting a Skyclave Apparition is phenomenal. Let's go King Narfi's Betrayal. keep milling. We keep trying to hit lands. All right, so Skyclave Apparition. Choose one there. Anything in ours? Nope. Again, no. That's fine. No attacks. Pass the turn. I mean, that's fantastic. Apparition. Okay, kills in King Narfi's Betrayal. That's annoying. Means we never actually get to the next combo piece there. So now we're trying to get to Blood in the Snow, which means we need to find the lands. I guess we go for Teferi's Tutelage. We'll probably discard the Blood in the Snow because I'd rather make sure we hit lands. Yeah, we have Into the Story. So yeah, get rid of Blood in the Snow. Mill 2 more. Mill a few more. Secret Keeper. Mill more. All right, down to half their library here. That's good stuff. They still have lots of cards in hand. We didn't find any more removal yet. Into the Story's got to be amazing. Don't have like any dual lands. That is one issue with the deck as well. Maybe I should bring in some temples into the deck just because it'd be nice to have things to be able to cast like our Merfolk Secret Keepers, but also be adding black mana to the board for a Blood in the Snow. Okay, Sentinel's Eyes, Selfless Savior. Counter onto this gives it up to 3. We're gonna have to take 6 here, and that's okay. No blocks. We'll take it this turn. Secret Keeper helps a little bit for good blocks. Another Tutelage. With Into the Story on the next turn. Okay, we're going for that. We're going to be real greedy here. Thanks. Oh, man. We're going to have to get rid of one of them. Oh, that would have been great. Okay, down to 24. We get to draw 4 cards, so 8, 16 milled on the next turn. 16 if we hit a Fable Passage, we get to mill 16 plus 6. I can math. I can totally math. That's a lot, all right? It's a lot. If we can like, yeah, so I think our best play is Into the Story. We hit a Fable Passage and a Merfolk Secret Keeper. And I think that with those, we'd be able to mill the entire thing. All of it. All of it's milled. Giant Killer. All right. All we have to do is not be dead here. And we have a decent shot of finding the pieces to win the game. All right, yeah, keep Ruin Crab alive. Block here. Take 7. Not enough to be dead. I don't believe so. Down to 7. Brazen Borrower. I forgot about this mill as well. So, all right, so we also get them down to 19. 16. All we need is a land. Yeah, so this should be enough. Into the Story. Come on. There we go. Yep, there it is. So good. King Narfi's Betrayal didn't actually help us a ton here. It did mill for 4 though, you know, and it was a good play. It would have been really good removal with the Skyclave Apparition. It's like we had everything that we needed out of it. So now the question is, did we hit the land? And yes, we did. So we'll go with just this land. We had the Fable Passage, but I want to show the Ruin Crab right away. All right, there we go. And good game. Pass the turn. Good game, sir. Nice. Yes. All right. Yep. The deck's got game. Up against Raynar, and we do have removal in this hand. We're on the draw again. Mulligan. Mulligan. I guess we'll keep this. I like the Crippling Fear at least. John Locke does nothing without mill, so I guess we'll keep this. It's what we got. Why ever not? King Narfi's Betrayal is a lot of value, where we can potentially draw 2 cards out of it, pick out of 4 cards that could be available as well. Teferi's Tutelage also pretty swell. I'll just help us find our black manas. Ultimatum deck, we'll see. It's very, very possible right now. All right, act like we're mono blue for a second. Hold up all those counter spells, you know. Let's go to Teferi's Tutelage. Disruption in general is pretty good if it is the Ultimatum deck. Is this saw it coming? Saw it coming. He saw it. Darn it. Well, then... Rats. We will get out Teferi Master Time right away as well. Oof. No land to play with Rune Crab. Yeah, alright, so here we go. King Narfi's Betrayal. Okay, we get a Ruin Crab. Is that all? Did they not hit anything here? For the love. Alright. Done. We hit a Ruin Crab out of this. I mean, double Ruin Crab on the next turn is not the worst play in the world. It really is not. Is it better than a Teferi Master Time? Well, if we find a Fable Passage or like an Evolving Wild, which we have 2 of those in the deck, then that is absolutely like the best play we can go for. So I'm fine with it. Bind the Old Gods. Oh, gosh. Yep, don't get the Ruin Crab. King Narfi's Betrayal. Here we go. We're doing it again. The other one's exiled now. Nothing. Nothing. At least we're milling them. Down to 40 cards. Hey, we're down to 42. Wait a minute. That's not how this is supposed to work. Oh, goodness. Yorion blinks the blinding the old gods, kills the King Narfi's Betrayal. It doesn't actually matter here at all. Like, it wouldn't actually change much, but okay. Into the story. No, just cannot find that 4th land. Oh, lordy. Yeah, this is definitely the Ultimatum deck, just not the 80 card version. Which I actually do wonder which one's the more consistent one. It's probably this one. Cultivates, doesn't have it in hand, it looks like. Oh, dude. Dude. I'm thinking that I probably want more copies of Crippling Fear for the early game matchups. Blood in the Snow is so good, but it was like we were getting a little bit late. There's a Heartless Act. Yep. Teferi Master Time is a good draw here. Oh, dude, if we could find a land. Yep, just no lands. No love for Jeffrey if there's no lands. We'll hold off for another turn or 2. They have all the ramp. They could just have all lands in hand. They do get to start scrying with Castle Vantris and that kind of shenanigans. Cultivates. Well, that's not a land, but I mean, basically. They only find 1 land left. All right, so do we go for Teferi? Yeah, let's go Teferi here. They have Sot coming. This is the last card. Scries, okay. Yeah, Crippling Fear is a dead card, so we're going to draw, get rid of that. 2 cards on top. Uh-oh. Darn it. That's not great. Discard Crippling Fear. I mean, we're going to play this match out. I definitely don't think that we're in a favorable position at all right now. But you know. Here's a Tybalt. Exiles target artifact or creature. Okay. We can destroy all planeswalkers with Blood in the Snow. Brazen Bar the Yorion. Okay, swings here. Yeah, okay, we're gonna go ahead and do this. If I can force him to swing it at one more turn and not at our face in some way. Reflex Keeper. They're really going to be the... Oh, man. All right, so they have the Ketria Triumph for the red mana for Tibalt. We could bounce Tibalt in response to some stuff here. We're probably just going to have to into the story on the next turn just to find lands. If we find it with Teferi, then we're good, or just off the draw. Doesn't even try milling us. Okay, Drawn on the Lock is big. That does help stuff. All right, let's draw a card here.
Think fast.
Not a land. Not a land. Come on. Do I have a turn? So I can bounce the Tibalt at some point. We can also Drown and Lock the Yorion. Or bounce it. We can't do it right now. Let's just pass the turn because that's instant speed. Pass the turn. Still no lands. I want to into the story right now so I can potentially find a land. Like that was the one reason why we do it. But now we'll try to keep Teferi alive. Get to I don't know. It's just not great, okay? We really hope they don't find our other Drown and Lock. Yeah, let's go ahead and draw that one. It's going to be our land, so let's find it. Actually, the odds of it being a land are probably high, so we probably want them to have it instead. Heartless Act. Man, get rid of, I guess, one Blood in the Snow. Yeah, we're still 2 turns away from that being good, so sure. There's a land. They got it. They got a land. Okay, so we can bounce the Tibalt on the end step, force him to at least slow it down a little bit. Let's Drown and Lock this. This means we probably lose Teferi. That's kind of okay. Omen of the Sea. So if I bounce the Tibalt, the emblem, oh yeah, the emblem still is around it because it's an emblem for this. I was thinking it technically creates, it becomes a different Tibalt as it enters again. They're keeping 2 on top. What the crap? So good. I guess if you scry 4 times, you can find stuff. We don't have to do this right away. I can bounce on our turn instead. I can Heartless Act the Yorion now, keep our Teferi alive. Yeah, let's do that. All right, so kill this. We bounce Tibalt now. We still dig for lands. We have Teferi around to do stuff. We have to bounce it on our turn or on their upkeep. Ruin Crab. Well, draw a card.
I do love.
All right, well. How bad is it if Tibalt stays around? They get all of the cards, like all of them. That is pretty bad. We finally found a land. We get to mill for 6. We get rid of stuff that's bad for us for them to have for us. That made sense, right? That totally made sense. And in the 60 card version, they're probably just playing one-ofs of a lot of things. Which is kind of a big deal. All right, let's bounce Tibalt. Yeah, they're gonna have too much mana if we don't, so we have to bounce Tibalt. They say that they have stuff on top as well, but bounce this. Pass the turn into the story for the next one. And I mean, they're down to 20. Tybalt was adding to the mill a little bit as well. I mean, adding to card advantage more, but okay, we're kind of in the game. Yorion gets a lot of card draw. Tybalt's still annoying, but it's 7 mana. They do have a limited amount of mana. It doesn't feel like it, but they do. Shark Typhoon. Tybalt. Make a 7/7.
This has turned into a really long game, and I mean, now that they're at 19 cards left, it's one of those where, like, we have a lot of really good plays, potentially. Do they actually exile the Ruin Crab here and start going on the, no, we're going to mill you out side of the gameplay? I mean, they've already gotten all their basics, it looked like, so maybe not as good. They only grabbed one, like, how many basics do they have? They only have 4 in the deck? 5? Okay, exile's there. Rude.
And away you go.
We're going to use Into the Story no matter what, so we are going to tick up to Fairy just because we need to. They can swing the 0/4 at us if they wanted to. I really hope we don't just get rid of something amazing here, like a Drown in the Lock. Yep, we're doing it though. We're doing it. Okay, play out. I guess we hold off. Into the Story. Okay, Brazen Borrow is pretty sweet. That's fantastic, actually. Draw.
Don't worry. I'll do
Okay.
something.
Get rid of Snow Covered Island. Play here. Pass the turn. All right, so we can Brazen Bower the Shark. And then we still have Teferi to slow down as well. They're probably gonna have to swing it face now. Anyway. This is feeling good. This is feeling pretty sweet. Yeah, mill some cards. I mean, we're milling ourselves. They're actually milling us faster now than we. All that's sad. Hilarious, but yeah, not great. Come on, use Extinction Event. Play out Yorion, then Extinction Event. Shark Typhoon number 2. Yep, okay. I mean, double Teferi's tutelage is a lot of mill. And then we get Teferi still to mill some more cards. I can do it on their upkeep. So actually, we need to make sure we stop on their upkeep on the next turn. I think that we've got there. Like, they've only got so many cards left they can play. We're really close. All right, attacks in. We bounce. Do I do it now? Sure. Bounce. I just realized that we need to be a little bit careful with drawing too many cards here. Yorion comes out, blinks everything. Yeah, resolve. I mean, if they want to bounce the Omen of the Suns, that's actually good for us, right? So go for it. The only thing they can really bounce here that's worthwhile is Tybalt, because it comes in with a bit more loyalty. Exile any number of permanents you own and control. So it has to be stuff that you own and control. So they can't actually bounce our Merfolk Keeper or Ruin Crab. Not that they would need to right now, but... All right, drawing 2 more cards. That does help us out a little bit. Let's go ahead and draw just because we need to anyway.
Think fast.
Fable Passage is better for our deck, so Sounds good. All right, I think our best draw off the top is like a Ruin Crab. Evolving Wilds as well. Well, let's go with Teferi's Tutelage. They could have saw it coming now. They have 2 mana up. We've already seen one of those. We haven't seen any more. Sacrifices. To scry? I feel like this is the worst possible time to scry. Puts 2 good cards to the bottom, I guess. Ooh, another one. All right, get rid of an Evolving Wilds. Okay, mill 2. All right, so we get them down to... So we get to draw another card here, mill 4. Draw a card here, mill 4 more. So we go down to 9. Oh, I think we're 1 off. Come on. Yeah, get rid of the Fable Passage, I guess. Are we dead? Not if we... So let's do map this out a little bit. A Merfolk's Secret Keeper, I think, is actually our best potential draw. Okay, Merfolk's Secret Keeper off the top. We actually haven't found a lot of them, so Blood in the Snow. All right, get rid of the island. Mill 4 more. Down to 5 cards. If we mill off the top at the beginning, then we die to what's on board. They have enough for lethal right now. And then they draw the last card, and they don't die. So we are 1 card short. So we pass. Yep. Have to pass. Oh, it's so close. All right, milling us out now. There we go. Yep, lots of good stuff. Blood in the Snow would have been really nice too. Gosh dang it, man. This game has been crazy. I do think that we win here. They shouldn't have anything with haste. We get to Fairy Master Time to do stuff. Oh, they get double turns. That's actually totally fine. That's totally fine here. Okay, resolve, because we still get to use Fairy Master Time. So we stop on their upkeep again. We phase out the big one. Oh, they get to kill Teferi though. Oh no! They get to kill Teferi. I should have waited to see where they attacked in. I should have forced them to try to go for the win. They're missing it. They're missing it. Oh no! Yes! We have a shot! We have a shot. Okay, we have a shot. If they just killed Teferi there, then we were dead. But because they didn't kill Teferi, go to that next turn. Oh no, man. Oh no. All your cards are gone. That's the worst. Yes. All right, don't have like bounce or anything here, please. Okay, there we go. Sweet. King Narfi's Betrayal, sure. We'll get rid of that as the final one. Yes. Mill 2, mill 2. And then you can go ahead and draw that card if you want to. Do it. Why not? Yes. Oh, that's beautiful. Glorious, I say. Oh yeah. Up against Kurowasan. And man, if I had a crab, this would be amazing. On the draw again. How many times have we been on the draw again? This has been ridiculous. This is better. Keep this. We'll keep Into the Story, I think. Drop a Fable Passage. Yeah, I guess without the crab, we do that. Sure. We can mill them down to 6 cards. If they play things out in general, we get them hopefully to 7. And that gets us to Into the Story. And that's our game plan. Teferi's Tutelage, Into the Story, life's great. All we need is 1 land. All right, how many good things we get out of there? Shark Typhoon, nice. Arun's Epiphany, nice. So up against the same deck as last time, but they have Yorion this time, which means more cards, which means... Uh-oh. That's probably one of the biggest issues with Mill in general is there's Yorion decks out there, you know? And that's not good for us. Maze Mind Tome, yep, Scries. Dude, how do we beat a 80 card Yorion deck with this one? It's probably by stealing their Emergent Ultimatum and playing it out. Ruthless. Let's do it. All right, Teferi's Tutelage. Please don't have a counterspell here. Sweet. King Narfi's Betrayal. Yes, that's the kind of thing we're looking for. Only creatures of Planeswalkers. Unfortunately, we can't steal like other things. But there's a Vorinclex, which... So I might actually hold off on this. We're going to probably do Into the Story for the next turn. We're hoping that they play 1 card so that we can get to Into the Story. Oh, wait, we get a draw here. Never mind. We're fine. We're fine. That'll disrupt them hopefully a little bit more. Get more stuff in the graveyard that we can start. Rude. Come on. Don't be that way. All right. Well, we still have a chance to get Vorinclex on one of the turns. All right. We also have Teferi. So Teferi Vorinclex. Getting up to 6 mana with this, maybe that's a deck we need to do. Just get to 2 extra turns with Teferi with Vorinclex. That sounds kind of fun. I mean, it's not like you get there really fast, but with doubling up the counters, it's not the worst. Yeah, because so it goes up to 6 right away. You tick up once, you go up to 8. On their turn, you tick up, you go up to 10. On your turn, you can take 2 extra turns. So it's definitely not as fast as other things are. If you were playing it with like Elswith Conquers Death, you got it back with 1 extra loyalty, which means it'll go up to 8. So you get to do it immediately on their turn to say you get 2 extra turns after that one, which means 2 extra, and then you get your 3rd turn. So that's still pretty legit. Maybe we'll have to do something like that, like a Bant Planeswalkers with Teferi and Vorinclex. That does sound kind of fun. We're probably going to do that. That sounds really fun. Yorion to hand. All right, we're getting our lands to get to the Vorinclex. That's a big deal. In that case, snow lands are good for the Blood on the Snow. Blue lands are good for most other things that we play in this deck. So we do have do you have any other creatures that we want to get out here? All right, Teferi, play him out there. Vorinclex on the next turn, as long as this stays around. Oh man, Drowned Lock is nice. I don't want to get rid of the land. I guess Blood and Snow is not amazing. The one nice thing about it is that we can potentially get back a Vorinclex, but we can run into more of them. We have more of those than we have of, consistency on land right now or anything like that. No attacks, pass the turn. All right, they are to the Ultimatum turn. They probably have it. How bad does this get? At least we can do something with the Teferi on those turns, We can do stuff. Okay, creatures get Death Touch. No way. They're down to 55. They're almost to how many cards they have after drawing 7 when you play a normal deck. So now that it's turn 6, we can take on this deck. They won't have them. They're really going to draw all of the cards here.
All right, unlimited hand size. I mean, that's a good way to go. It shows that they're how not worried they are about about being milled out, right? All right, we still need the land. Do we get rid of Into the Story? We do have card draw at the moment. Brazen Bar is a really good answer. You know, Drown in the Lock is probably our best answer for some of the stuff. Let's go ahead and chop the Brazen Bar. We need the land right now for Vorinclex. We did find another one, which is now it's kind of unfortunate, but oh well. All right, play out here. Play Vorinclex. We get to start ticking up with Teferi, and it does a lot more ticking than it did before. All right, up to 7. I guess get rid of this one. Swing in with Vorinclex. Us having a Vorinclex does stop some things from happening. Maze Mind Tome does not get a counter, which means it always stays out for forever and ever, which is actually kind of cool. But they also don't get to gain life. So down to 14. Ultimatum. Hey, buddy. Don't bang on the door, please. All right. If they still haven't found Ultimatum, I mean, that's interesting for sure. All right, draw. They get 2 birds to hit our stuff. Get rid of that. And these rental locks would be so nice right about now if we could do it. Yeah, gets more free scries. Puts it on top. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Bad things. Bad things are happening. Strange things are afoot at the Circle K. All right, there's the Emergent Ultimatum. Yep. I guess I should have ticked up Teferi here just in case they end up getting Vorinclex. Vorinclex also just hits. Like I do want a -3 on a Vorinclex as well, right? Because then it's gone until our next turn. That's the way phase out works, which is really nice. So their best play is probably Curibus Sutyaga, which I think already went away. Heartless Act and Shark Typhoon. Oh, they get another turn. Can we survive that? All right, you can have the Shark Typhoon. You can have the Heartless Act. This lets us get to our turn and get to start playing Drown in the Locks. Yeah, Vorinclex goes away. It's bad. Shark Typhoon gets played out. Not the greatest. We're going to take up now to get an extra loyalty counter up to Teferi.
Think fast.
Which means we get 2 extra turns after. So let's drop... King Narfi means we get Vorinclex back. Not right now. I think I'd rather... We have more of them. We have 4 copies. All right, so they swing 2 birds at Teferi. It goes down to 9. We put it up to 10 on our turn. And then it's 10 on their turn. We get to ultimate. Take 2 extra turns. Life's pretty swell. All right, so tick up. Another Teferi. This is pretty good. We need to start milling. Like that is something that does need to happen here, is we have to start milling at some point. Into the Story gives us more pieces for doing that. We have Blood in the Snow to bring back our Teferi if ever we need to. All right, let's mill 4 cards. Play this out. We have double Drown in the Lock. Doesn't totally handle the sharks, but that should be fine. Okay, pass the turn. Home to the sea. Okay. That's fine. All right, now they're down to 40 cards. How do we finish this off? Having 2 extra turns and being able to draw a bunch of cards is a big deal. Man, I'd love to be able to take the turn right now when they're tapped out. Like, oh, that'd be so beautiful. Now they get all the mana. Like we're in pretty good shape here. That is something. All right. Take 2 turns after this one.
Here's a constructive use of time.
Counter the Emergent Ultimatum. Only 2 mana held up right now. It's gonzo. They get a 7/7. That is annoying. We'll deal with that when we need to. Right now, we don't need to. Right now, we take 3 turns. They're tapped down. Down to 16. They can draw and gain some life. Life total doesn't really matter here. Okay, pass to my turn. Land. Land is pretty grand. Wait, hold off. We do have we do have things we need to play with that. So into the story. Unfortunately, we don't have other things here, but yeah, it's fine. It's all good. It's all good. Ruin Crab. That's what we're looking for. Ruin Crab. We get a few extra turns here to be using Ruin Crab as well. So finding another one would actually be fantastic here. So yeah, we will thin our deck because that does affect our play with 2 extra turns. Dude, that's so good. Blood in the Snow would be pretty great. Eliminates. All right. That's fair. We have another swamp in hand. No attacks. We can also just Brazen Bar or bounce this when we need to. That's another land. That's nothing. What's up with this crap? Pass the turn. You know what? Okay, let's go ahead and get out Petty. Let's just play the mana that we've got. Bounce here. We're going to do it at some point anyway, so I might as well have more mana to hold up Drown and Lock or other stuff. Pass the turn. Dude, even with 3 turns, are we not going to have enough stuff? There's finally a Teferi's Tutelage. All right, draw here. This is the card we've been needing the entire time. Did I already play out a land? I might have already played out a land. Oops. I did not play a land. All right. Ruin Crab. Snow-covered island. Blocker for sharks. Drown Lock for combo stuff. We have at least some part of our combo that we need in hand. How many into stories? All the into stories in the game in the deck still. There's 1. Yeah, all the Blood in the Snows, which would be really nice as well. Like we're in decent shape. This is not the worst. Swings in. Yeah, we do. Just trade off with something now. Yeah, I could probably block something bigger later, but we also have Drown Lock to kill those things as well. They get to gain some life, draw more cards. Do it. Binding those gods. Do we stop this or some sort of spell? They don't have enough for an ultimatum. They have 6. Teferi's Tutelage is probably our best card. And we have a few in the graveyard right now. All right, counter. Letting him have a 4/4 is also not great. If they have another one, we're still in trouble. If they hit land and then ultimatum here, also bad. But they should have less stuff to hit. Like, they shouldn't have as many good plays. They've already gotten rid of a couple of the epiphanies. You can only play so many. Do they have Blood in the Snow as well? Yeah, Blood in the Snow, it feels like really good with this as well. There we go. We actually want to Blood in the Snow here. Yeah, we lose Ruin Crab, but we get Teferi. And Teferi is so good here. So, Blood in the Snow. Straw creatures. Okay, with all of the snow mana. I could also get Vorinclex and go swingy. I feel like they're going to have answers for that more so than Teferi.
Do I get to look at their graveyard too? Is it only our graveyard? Your graveyard. Oh, okay. I always read that as each graveyard. Interesting. Either way, this is good. All right, draw a card. That would have been nice to have, but you know, that's how it goes. All right. Let's stop on the upkeep actually and just well, let's see here. How big of a shark do you make with something? Behold the multiverse. Yep, it's a big shark. Okay, down to 24 cards left. Omen of the Sea. All right, so now we do have to use Teferi to probably get rid of this. Actually, no, because now, yeah. Depends on where they swing. Their best swing is probably to swing this shark at face, this one at Teferi. Okay, if they swing both at Teferi, then we just tick up, draw, mill some more. That's fine. Thank you for getting more lands out. I love how we're at 24 cards left and they're at 20. We're winning. We're doing it, guys. We're doing it. This is beating the best deck in Standard right now. Like this. Oh, there's Epiphany. Yeah. That's game. All right, good game. You got us empty-handed. Right as I say it as well. Yep. We tried our best. We did get them down to 20 cards. And so just saying, so they're actually down to 19, which means if it was a 60 card deck, we would have won. Because it's Yorion and an 80 card deck, didn't quite get there. But, you know, still fun stuff. All right, so just played, we played a few games here on the draw. We ended up going 50, we ended up going 50% overall. We won 2 games, lost 2 games. I just want to say, okay, so I just barely finished. So this is 3 times on the draw, 1 times on the play. I just barely finished playing with the Elves deck. Where was that? Where I had 5 in 1. So I'm actually keeping like the same rate of on the play versus on the draw, basically. What in the world, man? I don't know what's up with this. Like, this is ridiculous. Like the amount of times I'm on the draw. I want to see like other decks. Am I on the play more on other ones? No, on the draw more there, like quite a bit still. On this one, still on the draw more. I'm just trying to see. Okay, this is the one deck where I was on the play more than others. That one's even. Like I'm just like looking through like my games in general, and like I tend to be on the draw. Yeah, this one, and this was on the draw and in best of 3 on all of these games, and which means that I'm on the draw more times, especially if things that go more. It doesn't show all the games here, but yeah. Anyway, still, that's I don't get it. Like my percentage to be on the draw is like 65%. And with this even more so, like now it's like 66%, 60, whatever. Like, yeah. So I don't know, guys, is there something that I'm doing wrong? Is there something I need to be doing to improve my chances of being on the play? Like, what's the secret? I need to know, because the amount of times that I'm on the draw, like in Magic, in best of 1, you lose more games if you're on the draw. That's just part of Magic. That's how it works. I'm on the draw so often. It's ridiculous. And so it's really annoying, honestly, really annoying. So I love your guys' advice on how to do that. Put it down in the comments below. Secret word for this one is Jeff is always on the draw, always. For this one. That's just how it works. But this deck was super fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I had a blast playing it. I do think we maybe need another copy of Crippling Fear. I'm not sure if we go down on Blood and Snow for that, or maybe like something else, but in the early game matchups, it was a little bit harder. Up against Yorion, this is pretty good to be able to like handle the late game stuff and get some value out of it. We actually got to go off with the Teferi Master Time, which is so fun. That was a blast. This was just a fun one in general. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.